What's up, you guys? So we finally had that July Nintendo Direct today and ended up being a partner showcase, and every single game was a key card. I mean, every single game. The internet's blowing up about it. Check Twitter, check Reddit, check YouTube. Every game's a key card. People are complaining, and I really don't know what people expected. There's one size for the game key card right now, the 64 gigabyte. We already know this. Any game above 64 gigabytes, we know is going to be a game key card. I mean, what else do you want? Digital only, no chance of ownership, no chance of selling it, no store of value. Any game under it, well, the companies are choosing to use game keycard because, like, why pay the extra money for, the Pac-Man World 2, a 4 gigabyte game? Why put that on a 64 gigabyte keycard? Like, I guess it doesn't really make too much sense to them. A lot of them are offering free upgrades past to the Switch 2 version, so a lot of people are opting to buy that. They're planning on buying the Switch 1 version and upgrading to the Switch 2 version digital. That's not on the physical card or anything. But, for me, I don't mind it. I have Yakuza 0 right here, game key card. I'm not anti game key card. I think it's fine. I want the games to be on the card. I wish the whole game was here. I do. I really do. I don't think that's going to be the case. Best case scenario is they hear the feedback and Nintendo decides to produce smaller versions of the card. I don't think they'll produce bigger versions than 64. So anything above 64 is still going to be a game key card. But for the lower ones, like maybe they do make a 4 gigabyte card, an 8 gigabyte card, 16, something along those lines. That's the best case scenario. I hope that happens. But I don't think that not supporting this game. So the bad scenario is we don't even get this, and they just go straight to digital, straight to the eShop, and that's it. Digital only world. Here we are. And so why don't I mind this backlash right now? With the backlash that's going on, it's good for me. Good for me because I don't mind game key cards. And you know what's gonna happen if they don't sell well? Well, again, bad scenario. I used to be a digital only gamer. I mean, not digital only. I'd still buy physical games, but only on the cheap, or if like I really wanted it day one and there was like a deal for a pre-order. But I was not anti-digital. Before I was physical, because that's all there was. There was no digital games in the N64 GameCube days. Xbox One era when the digital finally started. Even actually 360 with arcade games. Now I loved arcade games. I was always for digital, having more games on my library. And now that I'm switching to more physical, it's like, okay, well, if it all dies and it just becomes a digital only world, well, I'm already used to it. My push to try to become physical again was short lived. From someone who has been digital for a while, this offers more benefits. I'm able to share this with my kids way easier. I'm able to sell it if I don't like it or love it, and I'm able to appreciate it on the shelf. I mean, that's kind of cool. So, not against game key cards. And what's the best case scenario with all this backlash? The best case scenario is that Nintendo produces smaller sized key cards, the 4 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte. But that's going to take a while. That's not a Switch they can just flip and just magically have them ready. They got to manufacture it, produce it, plan it. And so we were never going to see that for this partner showcase. Not even for 2025. These games are in the work, like they're in the production phase, like they have to make them and go. This was always going to be next year at best after feedback and all this. So let's say these games still don't sell well. Ooh, November, Black Friday. I'm going to be picking up the game key cards on the cheap. I picked up this one, not like I just wanted to play it. Switch 2 launch hype. That's why I got this. I normally would have waited for this to drop in price. There's a lot of other ones that are going to drop in price. And honestly, like I saw Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I love Dragon Ball. I actually bought the collector's edition on PS5. It wasn't really that great of a game to justify, it wasn't really worth that collector's edition price. And so it's not worth me double dipping for like another $60. But it's a game that I do like enough that'd be worthy of like a big Switch 2 collection once I'm finished. Once the generation's over and I can look back at my Switch 2 collection and be like, well, I'm glad that's a part of it. If that game drops for like $10 because nobody wants the game key cards, everyone's buying the Switch 1 version and doing the free upgrade path, and no one wants the game key card version of it. Black Friday, if that thing's for $10, yeah, I want them to make a Sparking Zero 2. Maybe I'll give another $10 of support, have that game because that'd be something that, like, when my kids just have a Switch 2 and not have to worry about them playing on the PS5 or PS6 by then or whatever, they can take it on the go, take it to their bedrooms and just play on the handheld. I would get utility out of the Switch 2 version. If I can pick it up for like $10 cheap at Walmart because nobody wants it, I'm there for it. Sonic Generations, that's a game that I have on PS5, but again, something maybe the kids can play, and I feel like that belongs more on a Nintendo console. I feel like in a collection that it feels better Sonic being on Nintendo. I $10 might pick that up. Pac-Man, $10, pick that up. They're releasing Yakuza 1 and 2, and honestly, like, I have this game. I'm going to be constantly looking at my shelf. If this was digital, it'd be so easy to forget about it. But I have the physical case. It's not a code in a box. I don't like code in the boxes. This does not apply to code in the boxes, but the game key card, something physical that I can sell, have it on the shelf. There's purpose for this. I saw that the Yakuza 1 and 2 are going to be released on Switch 2, and you know what? Like, even though I didn't love this game, I want to go back to it and continue. Just seeing that, the main character, like how far he's progressing in those games, and there's like 9 games in the series, that might be worthy of me picking up. And this is telling me my experience here that I don't need to buy those games day one and buy them for $50. Like, I'll wait till they're $10. And if you guys are gonna boycott game key cards, best case scenario is I pick up a lot of cheap game key cards, a lot of games on the cheap, and then maybe Nintendo like here's the feedback, and then we get the games physical, full on the cart. I'd love that too. I'd love it just as much as any of you. Worst case scenario is nobody buys the game key cards, not even for $10 on the cheap, and they're just like, nobody wants this. What's the point of making them? Let's just digital only. Now, me buying them on the cheap isn't really helping, so I paid full price for this. That's helping a little bit, but even with most of like the Sega games, like Sonic, I usually wait. I know this game's gonna drop for dirt cheap, but I did want to play it, celebrate the launch, and yeah, me buying those games on the cheap, on the deep discounts, that's not helping send a message on anything either way. But yeah, I don't know. Like, hopefully, best case scenario, the noise works, and the boycott people are doing. Hopefully, it wins. But for me, someone who doesn't mind game key cards, I'm gonna build a little bit of a collection, and I don't mind them, even if it's this way the whole generation. Um, don't mind them, and I'll keep expanding my collection with them. This was gonna be the first year of the Switch 2 just based on of the moves they made. I mean, do I agree with it? I don't love it. No, I don't love it. I want it all in my cart, but whatever. It is what it is, and worst case scenario is they stop. Like, what am I gonna do? Just stop playing the games, like, because they're game key cards? I was talking or going back and forth with someone on Twitter that they're saying screw game key cards, may as well buy on PC. And I'm like, what? Buy it on PC where it's full digital? Like, I don't know. The PC, I feel like there's some games that were released on like what, Windows Vista PC. Like, how hard is that to just keep up and running? That's not compatible with Windows 11. Some older PC games, it's full digital. I can't resell it if I ever need an emergency. I don't have a little treasure chest of games I could sell if I need like $1,000. I can't. I have nothing to sell because it's all digital. And eventually, like, the computers and the OSs are going to evolve and change. That's like, well, I'm not gonna. I don't have a Windows Vista computer. I think I had Gears of War 1, a Windows Vista edition. That's not playable right now. I don't have a hobby of trying to keep an old PC up and running. Like, what are you talking about? Go screw game key cards, go full digital. Like, you're in the same scenario where if the eShop goes down, that like this is bad. Like, if they delist the game from the eShop and don't let you buy it, they're still gonna let you download it from this. I mean, they still do that with Xbox 360. I have games that you can't buy on Xbox 360 that just last year I was able to download, and I think we got bigger problems if Nintendo goes under. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I don't think we're gonna have the same thing. Oh, what if they shut it down like the Wii shop and the Wii U shop and the 3DS shop? Like, that's not gonna happen. That's why I make it such a big deal about the Nintendo account now. Like, that's old. They don't want to do that again. Nobody wants that to happen again. Times have changed. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, we're all Steam. We have one account, and that's what it's going to be like moving forward. There's no reason at this point to change. The Switch 1 games that are digital, we can still play them on Switch 2. And I guess we have to wait 10 years to see if we can still play those Switch 1 games on Switch 3. But it's I think we're fine. I think we're fine when it comes to the servers and the eShop. And I don't understand why you're against these and say may as well go full digital. Like, okay, I guess let your money go and never have a chance of recouping it. Just who needs store value? Who needs store value? They're whatever. Like, yeah, no one's probably gonna pay $50 for this from me, but $0? No, maybe I can get $5 from it. But how much can you get for your digital copy? Yeah, that's what I thought. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, am I crazy for being who cares and so nonchalant about key cards? Like, I don't hate them. I don't hate them, and we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. And yeah, like, subscribe. See you in the next video. Later.